Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
We are ready for the event.
WHDH-TV, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Here. Eliza's having trouble hearing.
I cannot hear you guys.
Eliza, welcome aboard the International Space Station. We're happy to be here with you.
I cannot hear anyone. My volume is up.
Hi, we aren't able to
Eliza,
hear anybody.
comm check from the International Space Station.
Here we go. We got you now.
I can hear you guys. Hello, station. This is Eliza Krasinski with WHDH. Do you hear me?
We got you loud and clear, and welcome aboard. We're all here with you and wishing you the best to Boston.
Oh, thank you so much. This is so exciting for me. So we can get right into it. So I have questions for everyone. But Suni, you are our local girl, and we're going to start with you first. So I have a pretty fun question. First off, did you hear that your hair is the talk of the town down here on Earth? The president last week said it was, quote, wild when he talked about your upcoming return. We're just wondering if you got a kick out of that.
Hey, no games with my hair. I'm wearing my Red Sox red shirt right now, but, you know, the hair is no games. It's serious business. But honestly, you know, it's just fun. You know, my compadres here don't have the long hair, so I get to sport it a little bit, and share it, of course. And it doesn't do this on Earth, so it's just sort of a fun thing to show off a little bit. So I appreciate his acknowledgement of my wild hair.
I love it. It looks great. So you're a local girl. Is there a spot in Needham or Boston that you're looking forward to most when you finally get to return back home?
You know, I think about Boston. There's so many great places there. We were just talking about restaurants and stuff like that. The North End, of course, in Boston is just ridiculous. But for Needham, you know, what I think about when I think about Needham is, you know, that intersection where the high school is and the library going down to Rosemary. So I love that area. I love jogging up that hill. And, of course, I can't help but mention the elementary school. So, yeah, I'll be visiting a lot of places in Boston, eating a lot of good food, and seeing a lot of great old friends.
That is so great. So speaking of food, if you could have any Earth food delivered to you right now, what would it be?
So our food team does a really great job of giving us lots of choices, and we've got like 250 different things that we can choose from up here, and the food is really tasty, and it sustains us, so it's easy to keep the weight on. But one thing that we don't, you know, that I miss that we don't have here is like fresh bread. Something, you know, that just come out of the oven, a nice fluffy bread with a good crust on it. It's just not possible to get that up here without it going bad. So when I get back, that's definitely something I'm looking for.
That's a good answer. Whoever wants to answer the next, I mean, you guys can kind of all go around whatever food you guys think is best. We can also just continue with questions if you want. I love the floating microphone, I just have to say.
I just ate 2 packages of turkey tetrazzini, and I thought it was pretty good stuff.
That is great. So, Suni, we've seen you connect with people here in Massachusetts many times during your stay. What is your message to all of them now that you are finally able to come home?
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support. it's just been like ridiculous to get all the folks that have been wishing us good luck and all goodwill up here. Butch and I in particular, because I think a lot of people know about our situation. But I also am excited that people are paying attention and understanding a little bit more about science and space and what we're doing on the International Space Station. This is a world-class laboratory, and we've had the opportunity to be up here longer doing science and spacewalks and other things. And so it's really just a great place to live and work, and we're part of a bigger team, and I appreciate that people understand that and are interested in that, as well as the fact that, you know, we're local and we, you know, we're up here a little bit longer than we had originally planned.
All right, so moving on to Dawn. Dawn, let's talk about your social media. We've seen some amazing photos and videos that you've posted. Is that a way to connect with the younger generation to get them interested in space?
I see it more as a means of sharing this experience with anybody on Earth that wants to tune in and see what it's like to being up here. So my imagery is really for everyone or anyone that wants to look at it. And when your mission is all over, it's photographs and memories. The memories are up here. The photographs are what you can share the most.
And as a veteran astronaut, do you have any advice for Butch and Suni as they close out this nearly 10-month mission and kind of reacclimate themselves to Earth?
Advice to them. I'm not the best person to ask about getting acclimated to Earth, because when Mother Earth greets me, I'm losing the contents of my stomach for about 12 hours. So I hope that my method of getting acclimated to Earth is not their method of acclimating to Earth.
That is so funny. I am hoping that doesn't happen next time you come back down. All right, so moving on to Nick. You've mentioned that relying on people around you is vital. How important is that for astronauts to rely on their team when they're on a mission?
You know, I think when people see, you know, like this interview, the focus tends to be on the crew members that are aboard the International Space Station, and it's really important to understand that it's not just the astronauts. It's so much more than that. There are teams across the globe that support us 24/7. So we've got mission control centers in Houston, in Alabama. We've got them in Japan, in Germany, in Russia, and those teams are crewed 24/7 to make sure that this station works. And so it's so much more than just us. And the most, you know, the biggest feeling of satisfaction that I get, like for instance doing a spacewalk, is knowing that at the end of the day when you come back in, it's not just what the two people that went outside and did the spacewalk accomplished, it's what the whole team accomplished, because it's dynamic and everybody has to fire on all cylinders to make it work. And feeling like you're part of that big team is it's just really empowering.
Thank you for that. So moving on to Butch now. How has this experience being stuck in space for months, and specifically with Suni, I'm sure she's awesome, but how has that really instilled your values of teamwork kind of one-on-one? You guys are most of the time the only ones there working, doing your things, and you're working on these massive projects. So tell me about that and how, you know, that's instilled your values of teamwork.
Yeah, it piggybacks on what Nick shared. It's not just, you know, us and Suni and Nick and Don. It's the team on the ground. That's we don't do anything without the team working together for the common good and the goals that we have established, that our nation has established that we would do here. So without the team, it doesn't happen. Without the ground, it doesn't happen. Without the individuals day in and day out who are passionate about this human spaceflight and what they do day in and day out, it doesn't happen. So that's really the key and the message, I think, that we really, really would like to get out and to share.
And a fun question for you. What is the first thing you're planning on doing when you get back to Earth?
Well, I hope it's not what Don mentioned. The first thing, I think it'll just be, the first thing that I think that will be the prime moment is when those parachutes open. When you return to Earth and your parachutes open, that is a great feeling. When you splash down, and hopefully the waves aren't too big, and we don't want to be bobbing up and down a whole lot. Hopefully it's kind of smooth, because adjusting those gravitational forces, that neurovestibular that gives us our balance, it takes a little bit of time. So hopefully that's kind of a calming setting there. So I'm looking for, I'm hoping that the elements are calm, and that transition is very easy to come about.
So I have kind of a final question for everyone. What is, I mean, you guys are having fun right now, but what is the funniest thing that has happened in zero gravity to you guys that just you can remember?
Eliza, I'm not sure you really want to know. I'll just say that we're living in a locker room up here. But you know, on a daily basis, we work hard. We get up in the morning. You know, Butch and Don are up around 4:30 hitting the gym, doing science experiments. Nick and I roll out of bed around 6 or so and see these guys getting all done. And you know, just the day starts right after that. And you know, there's a lot of work and people flying around. By the end of the day, we are laughing super hard about one thing or the other, and the other is usually the locker room sentiment. Literally sentiment.
No, I can only imagine being there. You can't even imagine. It's amazing. So I have a fun question, another one, because we have a few more minutes. Can you guys show me some fun moves, some fun zero gravity moves?
Yeah, so one of the fun things to do is grab a crewmate, whether they are willing or not, and then just start spinning them up as fast as you can, and watch all the blood spin to his head. Look how red in the head Butch is right now. I promise we won't do it hard enough that he passes out live here.
Oh,
We'll just call this a pre-adaptation to Earth.
So forgive me, but do you still get dizzy doing that even in zero gravity?
Actually, no. That's the great thing. I try to spin myself up to get that neurovestibular excited for that return to Earth, but it's really hard to do. That didn't spin me up at all.
And out of just pure curiosity, how do you guys sleep?
All of your muscles and your ligaments, they go to a neutral position like Don's demonstrating, and you kind of float with your arms kind of out and your knees and your hips and all, just like that, and floating inside your sleeping bag. It is the most restful sleep you can imagine.
That is amazing. Wow. So I have some.
So Eliza, we do have a sleeping bag, just so we don't fly all over the place, because this is what it would happen. You know, somebody would float all over the place and bump into things, and you don't even realize when your eyes are closed and you're in that sleeping state that you're actually moving.
You guys must have the best time up there. That's amazing. Is there anything that I didn't ask that you guys want to kind of get out to the community, specifically here in Boston as well?
Well, I sort of alluded to it when you asked the question initially. We appreciate all the love and support from everybody. Again, this mission has brought a little attention, and there's goods and bads to that. But I think the good part is more and more people have been interested in what we're doing, and Don could talk for hours on the science that's just right around us that we've been working on. It's just incredible, the things that we're doing that are helping us in exploration and helping us back on Earth. So thank you for paying attention. Thank you for being interested, and get involved. For kids out there, for university students, high school students, if you want to be part of space, this is the business to be part of, and we would love to have your creative, innovative ideas join in the program, not only NASA, but all the companies out there. So please join us and be part of this. It's pretty incredible.
And I think we have like 1 more minute. Any favorite views from space?
Well, the cupola is definitely a jewel on station. It has 7 windows, kind of faceted and arranged in a hemisphere, and it looks straight nadir towards Earth, and you could see the limb of the Earth through day and night cycles and enough of the stars to just totally be amazed.
And my favorite view is Boston.
I love that answer.
He's wicked smart.
I love it. Oh, that's so great, you guys. Well, thank you so much for chatting. This was a really cool experience for me to kind of get this point of view. So we welcome you all back to Earth. Thank you so much.
All right, we'll be coming to Boston. Be ready.
Good. Can't wait. Bye.
Station, this is Houston ACR. Thank you. That concludes the event.
Thank you to all participants. Station, we are now resuming operational audio communications.